Hello my angels, I hope you are all doing well today. So one thing I absolutely love to do is look on the Amazon bestsellers list. So I thought it would be really fun to test out a full face of Amazon best-selling makeup. So all of the items I'm going to be trying today have thousands of 5-star reviews on Amazon, and we are going to see if they're really worth the hype. So if you want to see what products I tried and what I thought of them, just keep watching. All of these items have like thousands and thousands of 5-star reviews, so I'm hoping they all will be really amazing. I am counting on the people of Amazon to not steer me wrong. So the first thing we have here are these beaky sponges. Now I have seen these talked about quite a bit, and people say that they are the exact same as Beauty Blender. Already feeling them, I can tell that they are not as soft or as porous as Beauty Blender. They're a little bit kind of tougher. However, they may work just the same. Now, I actually have been using my Velvet microfiber sponges for all my makeup lately. I don't even use my Beauty Blender anymore. And to be honest, $22 or $25 is so much to spend on a beauty sponge that's just gonna get stained and you have to replace all the time. So I am definitely excited to try these out and hoping they will be a good dupe for Beauty Blender. So I did wet this. I'll show you what they look like before you wet them. You do get 5 in a pack, and they are very reasonably priced. I believe they were $15 for the set, and look how big they get once you wet them. So this is what the sponge looks like dry, and this is what the sponge looks like wet. So they do grow quite a bit in size. We are going to use this to apply our foundation, and of course I have a new foundation to try. I've never tried this before. This was an Amazon bestseller. This is the Maybelline Up to 24-Hour Foundation. It's a full coverage foundation, which usually isn't my jam, but it had so many good reviews I wanted to try it out, and I got the shade Warm Nude. So it does come with a pump here, which is always appreciated. So we're just gonna go in with our giant beaky sponge here. I think that's a pretty good match. I always am so proud of myself when I match my foundation well just by taking a gamble online. Now, I definitely wouldn't say this is a full coverage foundation. It's giving me more medium coverage, I would say, but I'm okay with that. Also giving us more of a natural finish, kind of a natural satin finish, not a matte finish, which I also prefer. Might be a little tiny bit dark for me. I also picked up a brand new concealer to try. Now, I don't think this shade will match as well as the foundation did. This is the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop Contour Concealer. And I picked this up in the shade Vanilla, but it looks very, very light. Now, of course, let me know if you guys have tried any of these products down below and what you thought of them. This concealer is quite light, but I think it'll be okay. It'll just be pretty brightening. I'm gonna use that same sponge to blend it in. Oh, and the doe foot has a really interesting shape. It actually reminds me of the doe foot on the Rare Beauty concealer. It's kind of slanted here. Also, as a side note, I've been using my Rare Beauty stuff constantly since I filmed that video, and I have been just loving it. The more I use it, the more I love it. I've been wearing it pretty much every day. I wear either the foundation and concealer or just the concealer on its own. I've been wearing the dewy lip balm a lot, and honestly, I'm just so impressed. Actually, that concealer is a pretty good match. I'm happy with that. That's a really nice concealer. It blended in really well with the foundation, worked really well with our massive sponge here. I always like to use the same tool that I use for foundation for concealer, just because I find it really helps blend them together and make it look seamless. I'm impressed with these sponges overall, and 5 for $15, so it's $3 per sponge instead of $20 per sponge for a Beauty Blender. And for brows, I picked up another NYX product. This was also a bestseller. This is the Micro Brow Pencil in Blonde, and I have never used this brow pencil before, but I've heard really amazing things about it. So this brow pencil has, of course, a micro fine pencil on one end and then a spoolie on the other end. So we're just going to comb up the brows as usual and test out that pencil. A lot of people say that this could be a dupe for the Anastasia Brow Wiz, also the Benefit Precisely My Brow. Just from first impressions, I don't find it's as pigmented as those two or as soft. It's kind of a more dry brow formula, but it's working really well. It's very easy to work with, but it's definitely a little bit scratchy, which I usually use to describe brow products that are quite dry because I can hear it scratching my skin. Okay. So that worked well. I wouldn't say it's my favorite brow pencil of all time. I find it's not creamy enough for me, but it did a decent job, especially for the price. I think it was about $10. Now I'm going to do what I always do, and that is set my brows into place with my Got2b brow. Well, it's not brow gel, it's actually hair gel, but I use it for my brows. And it comes in a big tube, but I just split it up into these smaller squeezy tubes from Amazon. This is my favorite thing to use on my brows, and it is so inexpensive. I think the whole tube is $5 on Amazon, and it'll probably last you a year. So basically, I just comb it into the brows with a spoolie, and once this dries down, let me tell you, your brows will not move all day. Okay, so our brows are finished. Let's bronze up the face. So another NYX product. Wow, NYX does really well on Amazon. So this is the NYX Matte Bronzer. This is in the shade Medium I picked up, and I have never used this before. I actually don't use a lot of NYX products. I don't know why. So this is looking quite red to me. I don't know how I feel about that. I definitely like something a little more cool toned, but we're gonna try it. I also have new brushes for us to try. So this, I believe, was the #1 best-selling brush set on Amazon. This is the Bestow Complete Makeup Brush Kit. So you get a ton of makeup brushes in here. They are rose gold, and these were very inexpensive. Now you guys know I love my EIG Show brushes. I use them all the time on my channel. So we will have to see how these compare. Let me just show you how many brushes you get here. This is how many brushes you get. They don't have names, and I don't see a really fluffy brush, which I would like to use for bronzer. Maybe this one? I definitely prefer a much larger brush, but we will try this just for the sake of the video. Again, they don't have names, but this is kind of a slanted powder brush here. Also would be great for blush as well. Definitely much smaller of a brush than I'm used to using. This brush is not gonna work for me. So this product is giving us a lot of kick up in the pan. I actually don't mind the color of the bronzer, but the brush is applying it so patchy just because it's such a small brush. Now this would probably work better for contour, cream bronzer, but just keep in mind these brushes are on the smaller side. So if you prefer larger brushes, you're not gonna get that in this set, but it also comes with eye brushes as well. So you could always use it for the other brushes. But maybe some people like a more detailed bronzer. I'm more the kind of person that wants to put the bronzer all over my entire face with a big fluffy brush. The more bronzer, the better. Okay, so not my favorite bronzer color. It does run a little bit red for me. It's okay, just not my favorite. I'm gonna use this flat top slanted brush for blush. So this is a Maybelline Fit Me blush in the shade Rose. You guys know I love the Maybelline Fit Me powder, and that was also one of the best sellers, the loose powder. So hopefully the blush is just as good. This looks like a really beautiful color actually. So that is what the color looks like here. It's a beautiful pink color. These brushes definitely aren't my favorite. Honestly, I would just pay a little bit more money and get the EIG Show brushes, which work way, way better. They're way nicer, way softer, and they're quite inexpensive. The sets range from $30 to $100, but if you're gonna pay, you know, $15, $20 for these brushes, I would rather just pay a little bit extra money and get something that I knew I loved. That was okay for applying blush. I absolutely love that blush color. That is a really beautiful blush. Okay, I'm loving this blush. Okay, we are going to now set the face with another Maybelline Fit Me product. Their Fit Me range has a lot of really great products. So this is actually their press powder, and this is in the shade Natural Buff. It comes with this little sponge and a mirror on the back here, but I don't usually use those sponges. I think that not a lot of people use them. It's kind of a waste. So we are going to use this little pointy brush to set under the eyes and set our face. Now, I do love the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder. That is my absolute favorite powder. So I think this one will probably be similar, but just a pressed version. It is definitely mattifying the face. I find this actually mattifies more than the loose powder. So if you're someone who has oily skin, you might really love this powder. For me, it's a little too mattifying, but we can always fix that with setting spray. One of the best-selling mascaras on Amazon was the Luminous Lash Paradise from L'Oreal. I believe this was the #1 best-selling mascara, and I have used this mascara before, and I do really like it. So I was excited to see this on the bestsellers list. I find I really don't buy high-end mascaras anymore because I'm usually disappointed with them, and I end up just using my drugstore ones. Let me know in the comments down below if you use high-end mascaras or drugstore mascaras, because I find drugstore mascaras perform just as well, if not better, than a lot of high-end mascaras, and they're way less expensive. I'm actually working on a new disappointing products video, and I know you guys really liked the last one, so I'm working on a part 2. Let me know in the comments down below if that's something you want to see soon. Also, make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss any videos, and you can always hit that bell notification to be notified every time I upload. I'm actually really liking how the face is looking. That blush is beautiful. I absolutely love it. I do really like that setting powder, even though it's mattifying. Foundation, beautiful. Concealer, beautiful. Sponge, worked perfect. The only thing I wouldn't really recommend are those brushes. Now, the last thing we have to do is lips. This is the Makeup Professional Beauty Glazed Matte Liquid Lipstick Set. Now, I haven't heard of this brand before. Oh, okay. That's actually really pretty. I was not expecting it to look this luxurious inside. So we get 6 different colors in here, I believe for about $20. Now, they're not super large tubes, but really, how much liquid lipstick does one really need, especially if you're getting a variety of colors? So let's choose which color we want. Oh, this one's called Leo. Okay. Maybe we'll have to use this one because I am a Leo. Okay, so these are all the shades you get. They're actually really cute. So that is Leo here. That is a beautiful kind of burnt orange red. Then we have Kristen. We have a nude here, which is Dolce K. Coco K. Oh, are these supposed to be named like the KKW liquid lipsticks? It sure seems like it. Coco K, that's like the Coco collection from KKW. This is Candy K. Or are they supposed to be like the Kylie liquid lipsticks? Anyway, I feel like they're trying to dupe the Kardashians in some way, shape, or form. And then we have this nude called Exposed. So you get all these different shades. Let's see how they go on. I think I am gonna use that Leo shade. So let's be adventurous and not line the lips and just try this on its own. I may regret this. I have already moisturized my lips with the e.l.f. Ride or Die Lip Balm. Oh, that's dark. We are right into fall vibes today. Okay, that's actually such a pretty fall color. I am shocked. I definitely could have lined my lips. That would have helped me a lot more. I recommend lining your lips. Okay, so this definitely is a little bit drying on the lips, but most liquid lipsticks are. I think that color is so beautiful for fall. I'm obsessed. I'm actually obsessed. This is the darkest lip color I've done in a long time, and I'm actually feeling it. Let me know what you think in the comments down below about this little fall autumn look. Okay, my loves, so that is the full look using Amazon best-selling makeup. Please let me know what you thought of this video in the comments down below. If you'd like to see a part 2, I would love to film one for you, so let me know that in the comments as well. Thank you all so much for watching the video. I truly do appreciate it, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye, guys.